Welcome, everybody. This is the Next Man Up Sportscast. I am your host, Chooch, and with me, of course, always my co-host, my less handsome brother, my inspiration on many things. But with me, as always, is Mandy. Later on in the show, we'll bring out the producer extraordinaire, the man who seems to not own a watch or at least put the time on his phone because he is always late to recordings, folks.
Always.
Always. Calling you out, Mo. Get your together. But, Mandy, we're going to do something a little bit different on the show today. We are going to dive into topic number one, and it's kind of a double NFL topic here. They're not intra-related by any means, but I do want to talk about both of them. Number one, the controversial decision by Doug Peterson to pull Jalen Hurts as he was playing well against the Washington football team.
He was playing okay.
He threw 2 touchdowns, was moving the football. You're right. He did run in 2 touchdowns. He was moving the football, driving. He had his team up for most of the first half, so he was playing pretty well. But Doug Peterson decides, you know what? I got to see what's going on with Nate Sudfeld. Who came in, third on the depth chart. Carson Wentz wasn't active. He took out Jalen Hurts, put in Nate Sudfeld, who, let's just say, I think he got 1 first down in the second half. How do you feel about that decision by Doug Peterson?
It was horrible. It was a horrible decision. That guy sabotaged his own team for 3 draft pick spots. That's what happened. He sabotaged his team. It was disgraceful. It was horrible. You saw the video of Jalen Hurts on the sideline. They were reading his lips. I did everything he asked for. Why are you taking me out for?
Yeah.
It was horrible. Like, that just sent the wrong message to everybody on his team that he'd rather sacrifice them for 3 draft spots. It was disheartening, horrible. I can't stand it. I mean,
do you think it was all about draft picks? Do you think it was a little bit about sabotaging the New York Giants?
No, it was nothing to do with the New York Giants. I mean, no, absolutely not. It was a personal game. Absolutely, it was personal game. You were out of the playoffs anyway. What's the difference between the Redskins and the Giants going to playoffs? They're both in the same league.
Yeah, I think you absolutely, no matter what, you have to play every week to win, and you can't go out there and just decide, one half to the next. We could win this game, but let's not try to win this game. Let's put out. I think even if Nate Sudfeld would have started doing it, I think he would have called plays or made the game plan based around losing that football game. And it speaks to sportsmanship, and it's just terrible. It's not what you expect from professional athletes, professional coaches who get paid millions of dollars to do that job. And and for it to happen on a Sunday night, when everybody's watching, it was pretty bad.
That was awful,
man. It was pretty bad.
JJ Watt was on that Eagles team.
He'd be outspoken. Oh yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, the Eagles have so many respectable veterans that I'm surprised that they did let it happen.
Most of them didn't play also.
Well, on the defensive side, you had Fletcher Cox, Vinny Curry. Oh, you're right. He did get hurt. That is true.
He was out. They didn't suit him up. So this was from the get-go, for the first snap, for the day before. It was a planned sabotage, right? It was planned. They set out a bunch of starters. They didn't play the running back. What's his name?
Miles Sanders.
He didn't play. Fletcher Cox didn't play. I think a left tackle didn't play. Right?
Where did Miles Sanders go to college, real quick?
Oh, man. I never even heard of the guy, so I'm going to guess he went to Nebraska. I don't know.
Penn State, kind of close.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I definitely agree with you there. It's just so tough to see. And the thing is, they had everything going against them, and Jalen Hurts still was willing them to a win at that point because he was playing hard. He was trying to let the world see that he deserves that starting quarterback spot.
You saw Zach Ertz, tight end, was crying. That could have been his last game. And
as an Eagle, yeah, could have been his last game as an Eagle, absolutely. But after that, do you really want to play for that franchise anymore? That's a tough one.
Or play for Doug Peterson.
That's true. Hey, I agree with that too. On the flip side, you got the Washington football team.
I called it.
You did call it. I was very close. To having the Giants in the playoffs, calling that upset. But yes, The Washington football team is entering the playoffs with a 7-9 record, and they're hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the first round. And typically you might think, oh, a 7-9 team gets in the playoffs, they're probably going to lose. But if history has told us anything, a team with a losing record hosting a playoff game typically wins. Do you think the Washington football team has a chance against the high-powered Tampa Bay offense?
Oh, yeah. They have a chance, big time. What does Tom Brady hate the most?
Pressure.
And what does Chase Young, my guy, he called him out.
He's nasty.
I want Tom. Ooh, we coming for you, Tom.
I would be scared. I would be scared, but yeah.
I mean, that's bulletin board material for the Buccaneers and Tom Brady. But that being said, I think the Redskins have a great chance to win. It's one game. Football. Oh, shoot, you're right. Washington football team. My bad. It's a one-game playoff, right? They could win easily. Absolutely. Tom Brady could get sacked, 2-3 time fumble, interception, right? It's one game.
I really like what Bruce Arians said. He said, "We're not playing a 7-9 team. We're playing a 4-1 team because they're 4-1 when Alex Smith is under center, and Dwayne Haskins ain't marching out there and getting under center. So they are playing.
That's good.
Yeah, they're playing a 4-1 football team under Alex Smith. I mean, and they got everything on their side. They got the narrative, Ron Rivera beating cancer, overcoming COVID. I think he got COVID too, if I'm not mistaken. But Alex Smith overcoming that huge leg injury. And, the leader of that team really being Alex Smith and a rookie, Chase Young, a guy who, sat out first part of the year because he was hurt, and now he's just dominating the league. So everything is on the side of the Washington football team, including, momentum. So we'll see how Brady handles it. If anybody can handle it on the other side, it is Tom Brady. So
is Mike Evans out of the game, or is he going to play?
I don't know yet, but even if Mike Evans doesn't play, you still got Antonio Brown. And I know people don't think much of him anymore, but look what happened when he got a chance to be a number one receiver. He went off for 153 yards, 10 catches, and 2 touchdowns. I think you need to get AB more touches, even if Mike Evans comes back. But yes, Washington definitely has a chance. I think they're like minus or plus 7.5. Plus 9.5. That is atrocious. I think Vegas may know that Alex Smith could potentially not play. That's my only line of thinking that would make the line so crazy, but we'll see come game day. The second NFL topic that I wanted to talk about, Mandy, is, there's so much talk about the MVP discussion, and you hear Aaron Rodgers' name thrown around, you hear Pat Mahomes' name thrown around, you hear Josh Allen's name get thrown around. I have one question. Why on earth aren't people talking about Derrick Henry winning the MVP award? He's at 2,027 yards rushing, 17 touchdowns, okay? A couple years back, you had Adrian Peterson win the MVP award. How many yards did he have rushing? He had a little over 2,000, right? Little over 2,000. He had only 12 touchdowns, okay? So less touchdowns than Derrick Henry, only about 20 more yards. But we're not talking about Derrick Henry to win the MVP, and I really don't understand why. I don't know if it's an Aaron Rodgers bias. I don't know if it's a quarterback bias. But why are we not talking about Derrick Henry winning the MVP?
It's a quarterback-driven league, unfortunately. Quarterbacks get all the ladies, the big money, all the recognition, right? Receivers, running backs get nothing. Derrick Henry absolutely should be in the forefront of the MVP discussion. That guy is a King Henry. Anyone named King should be in the MVP discussion every single year. You don't see LeBron James never in the discussion. He's the king. True. Derrick Henry, man. King Henry should definitely. And you're right. I agree with you. Again, we don't talk about what we're going to say in the show. Right. Derrick Henry should be the MVP. I don't care what Aaron Rodgers did. I don't care. No, to me, Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady are having their normal great seasons. Yeah, yep. Okay.
Derrick Henry was above and beyond that.
How hard is it for a team or running back to get 2,000 yards in this era of football?
That was my next point here, is that you just hit on it. It's a passing league. You're motivated to pass the football because of the defensive, rules against it. But people don't realize how difficult it would be for him to run for that many yards. Not to mention that no Titans lineman, there's not one of the 5 Titans linemen that made the Pro Bowl. So you can't just say he's running behind a beast of a line like Ezekiel Elliott did a couple years ago. None of them made the Pro Bowl. I think they're good, but none of them made the Pro Bowl. And Still, Derrick Henry's running for 2,027 yards. He went into the last game, and I think for me, this is what cemented it for him. He went into the last game needing 223 yards to get the eclipse 2,000 yards. And everyone's saying, oh, yeah, there's no way he's getting it. He got it before the start of the fourth quarter. And I saw another stat on Derrick Henry, not to just, sit here and talk about how great he is, because, I mean, he is. We should talk about it. But if he didn't rush the football in the second half of football games all year long, he would still have finished fourth in the league in rushing at 1,094 yards. That is insane. Insane. He deserves so much more. He deserves to be talked about at least. No one's even talking about him. But I think he deserves the most first-place votes and should definitely be the league's MVP. No doubt in my mind.
Valuable player.
Most valuable player. Exactly. Now, Mandy, typically this is where we move into topic 2, but hold on, folks. You guys feel that? I feel like it's a new segment coming on the show. And the new segment, Mandy, is the title. I'm going to give you the title. That way you can understand how this works. The title is Under the Radar. Under the Radar, Mandy. And we're going to be talking NBA here. Now, Mandy, give me an under the radar team. So no one we're not talking about. They're not in the headlines. They're not a typical team to be in this position or player. We'll move there. That's how under the radar is going to work. We'll talk about football, basketball, baseball, anything, right? But in the NBA, give me an under the radar team that no one's looking at to make the playoffs. And don't say the Suns anymore because they're not under the radar. They're not under the radar anymore. They got off to a good start. Under the radar team that's going to make the playoffs in either conference.
Man, see, yeah, you put me in the spot, my guy. We don't talk.
I'll give you a second to think about it because I got one, okay?
Go for it.
Under the radar team that I think is going to make the playoffs, I got to go to the Eastern Conference. And I got to go to a team that has had a drought for just years. Hasn't been good for a very long time. The New York Knicks have started out 5-3. Yes, the New York Knicks 5-3. Tonight, Austin Rivers hit 14 consecutive points to launch them to a win against a good Utah Jazz team. And last night they won as well. The New York Knicks are here to stay. And let me tell you, my under-the-radar pick for MVP award this year, again, going with a theme of under the radar, is Julius Randle. Julius Randle has played phenomenal basketball as of late. Let me give you the line on him, Mandy, for the last couple of games here. Tonight against Utah, he had 30 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, okay? Night before that at Atlanta when they beat the Hawks, 28 points, 9 assists, 17 rebounds, okay?
Wow.
This is not Joel Embiid. This is not Giannis. This is Julius Randle, the former draft pick from the Los Angeles Lakers, okay? A couple nights back in Cleveland, he had a triple-double, 28 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists. If he doesn't start getting some MVP chatter, I don't know what else they want from this guy. Julius Randle's my under-the-radar MVP selection, and the New York Knicks are my under-the-radar team to make the playoffs. So what you got for
you? I'm going to stay in the East, okay? I'm going to stay in the East. And,
okay.
I mean, this is the team that has actually a better record than the Knicks.
Okay.
Yes, I believe they're a playoff team last year. But again, the East was horrible.
Anybody.
The Orlando Magic.
Ah, I do like the Magic. Yeah.
They're 6-2, my
6-2. They start off 4-0. Yeah.
They're behind the 76ers, who are only one loss, 7-1.
Right.
But the Orlando Magic, man, they have a good young core, and they're looking good, man. They're gonna go ahead. And what's so weird about the Eastern Conference right now, it looks so upside down.
Yep.
You have the 76ers, the Magic, the Pacers,
the Hawks.
And the Hawks are number 9, but then.
Well, they're up there. The Bulls just won a couple of games in a row.
No, look, then the 6th seed right now are the Bucks. 7th seed, Cavs. 8th seed, the Nets. 9th seed, the Hawks. I mean, the Heat are 3-4.
The Raptors are 1-6. The Raptors are 1-6. 2 years off of a championship run.
I mean, yeah, man, this is crazy right now. How this whole Eastern Conference has got flipped upside down.
Yep. So I think the only thing about the Magic that scares me is that Markelle Fultz did just injure his ACL. He's been their best player, but they still got Vucevic. They still got Aaron Gordon there. They got that pick, the one from North Carolina, the kid from North Carolina, Anthony Cole. He's pretty good. They got a good young team there. I'm gonna give you one quick. I know it's not technically with their start. They're not under the radar, but an under the radar pick to win it all. Okay, and I'm not kidding here, folks. I'm not just blowing smoke or not just because they got off to a good start, but I really like this team beforehand, and I really like them now. The Philadelphia 76ers, I think, have a shot to win the NBA title because they're finally playing as a team. They look mature, and Ben Simmons is really coordinating everything, dropping triple doubles everywhere, dropping dimes. Joel Embiid he's the best center in basketball. I don't care what you say. He's the best center in basketball. When you have that, when you added a couple of pieces that they added, they got a shot. Josh Richardson, I think it was a huge pickup for them. Shake Milton is playing like a great role player off the bench. I love this 76ers team, and they're my under-the-radar pick to win it all, actually. So do you have any picks like that, Mandy?
No, I'll agree with you. The 76ers, man, they're looking great. Doc Rivers taking the helm. They have, some veteran leadership. They're playing off Dwight Howard, of his resurgence back in L.A.
They are, yeah.
Yeah, man, and they have a good young team. And I like the 76ers, they have some good veterans. It's kind of crazy to say that Seth Curry, brother of Steph Curry, is now a veteran. So
he's fitting so well on that team, too.
Yeah, so the 76ers do look well. They look like they're playing well, and they could represent the East in the NBA Finals. And
I really think so.
And lose to the Lakers in 5 games. So we'll see.
I think the Lakers would probably beat them, but I like them. I think a long shot bet for them to win it all is not a bad bet. It's actually kind of fun, I think, too. Real quick, do you have any under the radar fantasy pickups for our fantasy basketball players out there?
You know what? Why don't you go first and you talk to me about who you think is the under the radar?
Absolutely. And I'm going to give you my under the radar pick because we just started playing some fantasy basketball a little bit late. We got a small league. And I'm going to dominate because that's who I am. Just going to flat out dominate. But the guy that I love as an under the radar guy, probably not a guy you're even thinking of right now, Mandy. By the way, did you realize that Gordon Hayward dropped 44 points tonight? Wow. But not Gordon Hayward, but John Collins from the Atlanta Hawks. Super under the radar guy that I just love. I think he's going to be so good. And he's been good so far out of Wake Forest. First round pick for the Hawks. Just to give you an example of his last couple of games, he had 23 points tonight, a steal, which is huge in fantasy basketball because it counts for 2 points, an assist and 11 boards. And a couple nights ago, he dropped 30, got a steal, had 10 rebounds, and an assist. So John Collins would be an under-the-radar fantasy pickup for your team if you're in need of a forward, which I was. Definitely needed a forward because I picked up Porzingis, had him on the IR, so I needed another guy. But John Collins would be a nice forward pickup, little under-the-radar type of dude.
I don't know if this guy is under the radar, but who's heard of Malcolm Brogdon?
Oh, yeah, point guard from Indiana. That guy's nice. Right? Yeah.
That guy's amazing. He just, he's averaging, 48 fantasy points a game for
nuts.
So, I picked him up. I also picked up Colin Sexton from the Cavaliers, who's doing amazing.
I like Colin Sexton, too, yeah.
Yeah, I like the first part of that thing, too. But, so, yeah, that's who I like. Those are my under-the-radar guys who, you don't hear too often because they're playing for small markets, right? Sexton with the Cavaliers and Brogdon with the Pacers. But
you know what I like about Brogdon is that he looks like he looks like a guy that plays rec ball a lot, He's not super athletic. He's not like beating people off the dribble, and he just literally plays like a couple of guys that I played rec ball with. So that's what I like about Malcolm Brogdon. But so that was our under the radar segment. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I hope we gave you some cool under the radar stuff, like learning about Julius Randle. Holy crap, Lakers probably made a mistake letting that guy go. So, but anyway, moving on to our next segment, and you normally know this as the lock of the week segment, okay? And it is that, but we're adding a little bit of next man up twist on there, okay? We're gonna have a competition for the month, okay? Same lock, same underdog of the week, right? However, we're going to keep track of it for the month. Mandy and I are going to compete. The loser will wear. So if Mandy loses, he'll be wearing a Raider jersey on the show. If I lose, I guess I'll be wearing a Ram jersey on the show.
And hold on 1 second. Let me show you the jersey that you will be wearing. Okay.
I'm assuming it's an Aaron Donald jersey because that's like the only guy in that franchise worth anything. But yeah, I figured. So I'll be wearing a Donald jersey. I'll be sending Mandy a Derek Carr jersey. That's my guy. That is my guy. Wow. Big DC.
Hey, why don't you send me your other Raider jersey?
Khalil Mack?
Yeah,
because he plays in Chicago now. But I'll get you that DC jersey. You know, we're big fans of DC in this house. But yeah, and then the other part of it is that we will be including the producer Mo. All he will have to say is over under. We'll make it easy on him. If he does end up getting all these right, I will personally purchase a video game of his choosing that he would like, and we will stream it, and we will have fun streaming it, and let everybody know. So,
and if he beats us, right, me and you, if he comes first place, I will you're gonna personally buy him a video game. I will personally give him a massage.
Oh, personally give him that rub, and I'll just leave it at that.
I'll go skiing with him.
He'll go. But Mandy, start us off. Oh, one stipulation here. Mo doesn't get this opportunity because his questions will be easy. The underdog of the week. So the stipulations are this: the money line. If you pick money line, it can't be beyond minus 150. So it can't be more than that. And if you pick a plus money line pick, that's 2 points. Okay. So that is the stipulation here. What do you got for us for your locks of the week?
I'm actually going to go NFL because there's no more college. I had a great run in college football. Okay.
Let's say, yeah.
Now we're in NFL.
Okay.
And guess what? We talked about my underdog pick of the week earlier in the show. Redskins plus 9.5. Sign me up.
You're going to lose now because you said Redskins instead of Washington football team.
Whatever. The Washington football team, formerly AKA the Redskins. The Washington football team plus 9.5, playing at home, 7-9. Historically, playoff teams win. I'm not going to say they're going to win, but 9.5 points. Sign me up. Yes, sir. The Riverboat Rivera, he's going to go ahead and get his team prepared. Plus 9.5, lock it in. Underdog, Redskins. My lock of the week.
Okay.
I'm going to go on the flip side and go with another big favorite on the NFL to cover minus 10, the Saints. The New Orleans Saints are going to go ahead and demolish the Bears. Bears, not going to happen. The Bears are not going to come close. Saints, minus 10. Drew Brees, he's rested from his old lung injury. Michael Thomas should come back healthy. You screwed me in front of Michael Thomas. Okay? The Bears, their magical run is over. The Packers exposed them again. Trubisky's going back to his normal self. Okay? Yeah. They might bring back Nick Foles and his magical playoff run. Doesn't matter. Saints, minus 10. Lock it in. Redskins, plus 9.5. 2-0. Sign me up.
He's feeling good. He's really feeling good right now. I like it. But they may hit. I'm gonna go right off the gate. We're gonna go plus money line pick here, okay? We're gonna go with
the St. Louis, the LA Rams, baby. Boy.
Nah. We're gonna go with a plus 160 money line here, okay? For bonus points, I'm taking Tennessee Titans to beat the Ravens. All right. I love the Ravens. I just think they got a really bad draw in the first round. I think they could have beat almost any other team not named the Chiefs in this bracket, but Tennessee Titans present a really tough matchup for them. So off the gate, I'm going for bonus points here. Give me the Tennessee Titans money line, and as my lock of the week, absolute shut it down lock. Put the mortgage on it, if you will. Give me the Seattle Seahawks. -3 to just honestly get on the Rams. I like the unders in this game too because the Rams don't necessarily have a quarterback right now. But I really do like the Seahawks to just get on the Rams and really expose what the Cardinals couldn't. And mind you, the Cardinals were playing with the backup quarterback from Canada, and they still, got close to beating the Rams. And they're not going to be playing a backup quarterback in Canada this time. They're not going to be playing a backup quarterback from Canada this time. They're going to be playing the MVP candidate, Russell Wilson. Okay, they really are. And yes, Jalen Ramsey, he was early in the year. But anyway, Jalen Ramsey can take away one guy. Take away DK Metcalf, if you will, if that's what you want to take away. You still got Tyler Lockett. You still got David Moore. You still got a couple tight ends. You still got some running backs to deal with. I think the Seahawks just got too many weapons for the Rams this year. -3, easy cover. Put the mortgage on it. Dub Nation.
I'm looking this up real quick. And again, whatever.
I thought this was my lock. I don't remember ever asking for an opinion.
Scored 20 points against the Rams one time, and they scored 16. How are they going to exploit the Rams?
Because the Rams are going to score 0 points probably this next game. So get used to it, buddy. Seahawks -3.
I'm just saying
big lock.
Because the Seahawks aren't going to score. But okay.
It's okay. I know you're betting with your heart. I can appreciate that, but Seahawks -3, big money on it.
I bet with my heart last week, and guess what? The Rams covered big time.
Okay. It was luck. Mo, here are your choices, Mr. Mo, okay? On Friday, the Lakers are playing. Let me get that opponent for you real quick because I know, obviously, you do so much research, and that's going to make a huge difference to you. Let me grab that real quick. The Friday NBA games, I wanted to slate that. What was that?
They're playing the Spurs.
Spurs. No, I don't think they're playing the Spurs.
I think they are.
Let's see. One second, Mr. Mo. All right, and on Friday, the Lakers are playing the Bulls. Okay. Now you're gonna tell me what is who LeBron James is? I'm assuming, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Will LeBron James score over 25.5 points, or will he score under 25.5 points?
Over. Easy.
Over. The pick for Mo is over.
I was an under.
Now, also on Friday, the Clippers are playing the Golden State Warriors again at Chase Center, so in Golden State or in San Francisco, if you will. Will Stephen Curry have over or under 4.5 3-pointers made?
Ooh.
Over.
So Moe likes over 4.5 3-pointers made for Stephen Curry and over 25.5 points scored for LeBron James. Again, if Mo comes in first in this competition, I will buy him whatever game he wants, and Mandy will give him a nice solid rub with oil and all the good makings of it. Of course, safe with the mask on.
For the month of January, correct?
Yes, for the whole month of January. So it'll be about 4 sessions. So we will determine it off of that.
Hey, for me, it's a win-win. If I win or if Mo wins, it's a win-win, baby.
We'll see who comes in first place. But yes, that was our lock and underdog of the week with a competition element to it. Moving on to the next section, everybody's favorite segment of the show, Rapid Fire. Sports Trivia with Mandy and Chooch, and Mo is joining us this week. I hope you enjoy this, folks. Mandy, something historical happened with the Heisman this year.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but the question for you: there have been only very few non-quarterback Heisman Trophy winners. Can you name 5 of them?
Sure.
Okay, let's go.
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith. That's a gimme.
Archie Griffin twice from Ohio State back in the 70s. Jerome Bettis.
Okay.
Desmond Howard. And let's go with O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so Jerome Bettis I believe he was just a finalist.
Oh, he didn't win it?
I'm going to do a quick research here. But I believe he was just a finalist. Anyway, but you got Archie Griffin, right? That was one.
Well, he won
yeah, I know he won it twice, but you gave the answer once. Devontae Smith, right? Said Archie Griffin, Devontae Smith, Jerome Bettis. Who were the other ones? I forgot already. You said
Desmond Howard.
And
the Juice.
Oh, and OJ. So yeah, OJ did win. Yes, he's definitely part of the Heisman Club. Let me do some quick research on these other ones because I didn't pull up those names early on. Some of the names I was trying to go more recent history. So I had Reggie Bush, Derrick Henry, Mark Ingram, Charles Woodson, all guys who won the Heisman Trophy.
Oh, shoot.
Quarterbacks. You meant Charles Woodson?
Yeah, but it's okay, though. I said Devin Howard, so yeah. But maybe
okay.
he did win. I don't know.
I'll go a couple quick ones here. But in the meantime, go ahead and give me your rapid-fire selections.
So we had a nice discussion over IG DMs about Rams and Raiders because they're kind of pissing me off. So, so I got a question for you, my guy.
Yes, okay? Yes, sir.
Since 2010, since 2010, I want you to give me. There's been a lot, but let's see. There's been quite a few different Raider quarterbacks. Give me 5 different starting Raider quarterbacks that have started at least one game since 2010. Let's see how big of a Raider fan you really are.
Since 2010?
Yes. Give me 5 quarterbacks.
So Derek Carr.
Okay.
I know in the playoffs it was the Michigan State kid. No, I think it was Christian Hackenberg started the game for us in the playoffs against Houston, I believe. Okay, I'll say Jason Campbell.
Okay.
I'll say, God, we were pretty bad back in the day. I don't know how far back. I want to say like Tuiasosopo, but I think that's way too far back. I want to say Jeff Garcia, but I think that's too far back. I'll say Jason Campbell, Derek Carr, Christian Hackenberg. Oh, Terrell Pryor.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one. Ohio State guy. That's all I can remember right now.
All right.
I'll go with those 4 names.
So you got, yes, I'll give you Jason Campbell.
Yep.
Terrell Pryor did start one game. Right. Derek Carr. And that's all you got. Hackenberg never started a game. You missed names like Carson Palmer.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Matt McGloin. Matt Flynn.
Oh, yeah, he did start like a game for us.
And EJ Manuel.
Oh, yeah, big EJ.
Yeah. Oh, and then you missed Kyle Bowler. That was the Michigan State guy.
So, okay, I looked up yours, by the way, Mandy. So, OJ, yes. Desmond Howard, yes.
Oh, there you go.
And then you said Archie Griffin, yes, that's 3. Who else? Devontae Smith, 4, and then your last one?
Jerome Bettis.
Bettis is not on this list. So everybody but Bettis, so you got 4. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You did better than me for the first time in I don't know how long, but you may not have won. I got some trivia, some sports, not non-sports related trivia here from my guy Mo. Mr. Mo, are you ready?
Yes, sir. I am
All right.
ready.
Mr. Mo. Johnny Cash, the legendary country / rock and roll singer, his real name is first name.
Jonathan. I don't know that one.
Jonathan. His real first name is just JR. And actually the first time he went by Johnny was when he was in forgot which branch of the military he was in, but they told him you can't just have an initial for your first name, so he said, I'll go by John. So that's how the name Johnny Cash came to be. The F in JFK stands for what?
Franklin?
It's actually Fitzgerald. I know Mandy didn't know that either. So
I knew that.
Okay. Fitzgerald. Now, which band formerly went by the name New Yardbirds?
The Heartbreakers?
That would be Led Zeppelin.
Oh my god. I knew that.
What is the name of Nirvana's debut album?
Lithium?
Bleach.
Fuck.
Lithium would be one of the songs off of Nevermind. Who is the godmother of Elton John's kids?
Madonna? I don't know. I know the answer.
That was actually kind of close. The correct answer is Lady Gaga or Ladies Gaga. But yes, Lady Gaga is the godmother of Elton John's kids. And Mo, I know you didn't get any right, but I think you learned something today. That's an offers on rapid fire for Mo. So, Mandy, Mo just went 0 for 5 on rapid fire. You actually got a win for the first time in I don't know how long. But that's just going to reverse it because now I'm going to win the lock. So, anyway. Give me your takeaway for the week, my friend, my brother, man, my confidant.
It's simple. It's simple. Now, I'm going to go ahead and be a little, tell you in the heart. You guys can see to my heart. Okay. Tired of people, not just you. People on social media get it mean. Okay. The Rams don't suck. All right. They don't suck. And in the past, 5 years, they are actually a pretty good franchise. Okay. Right. You go back to the past 20 years, they're not bad.
5 years?
Bad. Definitely better than the Raiders. Okay. Yes. The Rams, they lost the Super Bowl. They freaking made it to the Super Bowl. Three of the last 4 years, they have winning records of double-digit wins. Okay. They're back in the playoffs this year again. They're built for the future. I'm tired of people hating on the Rams. And not just you, Chuchi. Okay. It hurts. People on social media are mean. The Rams, you're just hating because your stupid Cowboys didn't make playoffs. Your stupid Raiders didn't make playoffs. Okay? Your 49ers didn't make playoffs. Okay? Your stupid Eagles or wherever you are. Don't be hating on the Rams, all right? They're a good team. They're a great coach and a great franchise. And they're from L.A. Stop being haters. You live in L.A., all right?
I live in Colorado Springs.
Oh, you're right.
You know what you just sounded? You know what that monologue just reminded me of?
What?
I'm a quarterback, man. I don't like when they talk about my quarterback.
Always.
You sound like T.O. So man, you're a little bit hurt. It's I understand. I understand. It's okay. All right. It's okay. It's all right. Mandy's a little bit hurt. I will say this, okay? You can consider it my takeaway if you want. I will say this: the Rams have definitely gotten better. Okay. You can appreciate that, leaving, the marriage with Jeff Fisher to bring up Sean McVay. And really, the Rams have changed the way the NFL plays football, okay? The Rams and Andy Reid and the Chiefs have definitely shifted the NFL to a whole different caliber of football, a whole different way of playing football. So you got to give the Rams their props there, okay? And I don't intentionally not root for the Rams. It's just Rams fans make it really hard to like you guys, especially you. So
I'm very easy to like.
Rams fans make it really hard to like the Rams and like what they go for and stuff like that, which is fine. All fan bases are like that. I've been to Bronco games wearing nothing but Raider gear, and I could just see the way people hate me and stuff like that. So it's all good. It's all part of the game. But I will say, if I'm not rooting for the Raiders, typically I'm rooting for the Rams, just because yes, they're from LA. I'll tell you one thing though, okay? Make this mic. Forget all the other stuff. I'm moving this mic away out of my face. Okay, make this what it is. Make this what it is, okay? The San Diego Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers, I will never root for the Chargers, ever. I don't care if they're playing the Patriots. I don't care if they're playing the Chiefs. It doesn't matter. I will never root for you, Los Angeles, San Diego Chargers, whatever you want to call yourselves. And that is my takeaway this week. Thank you.
I'd rather call them the NFL JV team of LA.
The team that has no home field advantage. You guys suck, okay? That's our takeaway. Make sure you follow this show. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, subscribe, all that great stuff, and stay tuned for next week. This was the Next Man Up Sportscast. Drop the mic.
Oh, snaps.